He's still slamming it with the bat.
Tell you that, 57-41, the two scores for the Gladiators. Captain one, the two matches that they've played in so far. One win, one loss. And if you heard, we were talking, Dino and I, Dean Jones, about the strike rates and the fact that the team's losing more wickets yesterday, won all the games. Hashim Amla batted through the innings, and if you heard, we were talking, Dino 47 and I, Dean Jones, they were short about the strike rates and the fact that the team's losing more wickets yesterday, won all the games so far, and it was chased down. Hashim Amla, the Tigers, through the innings, and 7 balls to spare. Made 47 off 29, but they were short. Third man again, but man's back. The highest score of the tournament so far, and it was chased down. 52 for 1. The Tigers comfortably. 7 balls to spare.
HRS. Keep going.
Third man again, but man's back. Hashim Amla will keep the strike. It's 52 for 1.
नहीं काटेंगे. गुड नाइट.
Today I was ordering lunch at a restaurant, right? So I said, please may I have a Caesar salad?
50% ज्यादा शक्तिशाली रिफिल बनाई. गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस को बहुत गुड नाइट. पता नहीं क्या होने वाला है.
सही लग रहा है?
कौन है ये? ओह, ये लाइव.
Ben Cutting is loose and ready to go. Ben Cutting, Hashim finds the gap, but doesn't find the boundary. To go.
Fair to say Cutting is out of that movie Troy.
Hashim finds the gap, but doesn't find the boundary. It was Brad Pitt, wasn't it, in Troy?
Fair to say Cutting is out of that movie
Now,
Troy.
Danny Morrison's very familiar with all of these moves. Doing the Cancan Jacques with the girls yesterday. Brad Pitt, wasn't it? And that's also how he used to prepare for a spell. Now, Danny Morrison's very familiar with all of these moves.
Eyes of water.
Cancan Jacques with the girls yesterday. And that's also how he used to prepare for a spell.
Not anymore.
Very loose groins, Mr. Morrison.
Yeah, I must admit it was lovely to get down and catch up with that Wasson sideline. Bit of dancing. Look at this back of the cricket. Look at all the twos. Isn't it lovely? Bit of symmetry there. Yeah, I must admit it was lovely to get down and catch up with that Wasson sideline. Lost one. Bit of dancing. Look at this back of the cricket. Look at all the twos. Isn't it lovely? Bit of symmetry there. 2 points and played 2. And Super League stage just around the corner as well. Apparently 1 + 1 = 2.
Yep, only Team Abu Dhabi
Delightful.
are unbeaten. Win and a tie
Super
for
League stage
Moeen
just
Ali's
around the
men.
corner as well.
See them next in the Group B clash. Team Abu Dhabi are unbeaten against the tie for Arabians. Moeen Ali's got off the mark. See them next in the Group B clash match of 3 on Super Sunday, beating the Carlanders. Here's what to come on
Arabians.
Magic
Arabians
Monday here in Abu Dhabi. In the Arabians take match of 3 on Super Sunday, beating the Carlanders, and then bringing up the rear come on the Tigers Magic Monday here in Abu Dhabi. Arabians take on Team Abu Dhabi at 5:45, and then bringing up the rear, bang the Tigers and the Delhi Bulls at 8 o'clock.
Ferocious from JC, just for 1. Now for movie bus, that's what I meant. Yeah, the movie Troy back in I think 2004. But yeah, Eric Banner was in there with Brad Pitt, and there's a bit of Eric Banner. Ben Cutting,
Place that launched 1,000 ships. Not Ben Cutting.
just blowing kisses.
It's Helen, right? Strike me as the sort of man who knows his Greek mythology. And there's nothing mythological about that from Hashim Amla. Slightly agricultural from one of the more cultured blades in world cricket. He's found the boundary nonetheless, and that's all that matters in this format.
Yes, I was happy with Helen as well. And I'm happy with this from Hash. All bits. I know it wasn't quite where he intended, and yes, Eric Banner's twin brother, not that happy.
Ramano, how are you?
He's not going to get away with that, Ben Cutting. Margins are very small for the bowlers here. Trying to surprise Hashim Amla with that short ball, but it just gets too big. Bowl it again, Chief.
Step ladder job, isn't it? Problem here now, particularly for Ben Cutting, is that sadly for him, that was trying to be the last ball to get through the over. Now, there's 9 on the board. If this disappears, oh, hello, we're going to have a freebie. Why? We got men out. Why? We got a freebie here. Hang on, they're talking, and that's why Shane Watson's come over as well.
Hang on. Yeah. Yesterday, the bouncer, the high bouncer, was given as a wide. In some formats, that no ball is given as a no ball, which does constitute a free hit. Shane Watson is, well, he's pretending to see the funny side. Billy Taylor has changed the call, changed it to a no ball. That means this one is a freebie. And he gets away with it. He'd rather be bowling that free hit at Hashim Amla than Johnson Charles. So he's got to hurry here. Direct hit or a take in front of the stumps, and Hashim Amla was gone. As it is, he's still stretching.
I'm with you, Butch. I think this is tight, really tight. Come upstairs. Just have a little look-see. Pick up. Yeah, he's struggling. He's struggling here. Uh-oh, hang, where's the ball? Mohammed Shahzad, what is going on?
I tell you what, I know a lot of old folks, some of the old players will go on about, oh, why do they take the ball in front of the stumps? It's because it saves time. He had such a long way to go once the ball's already gone past the stumps. It's now got to come back towards them again. And in doing so, Hashim Amla has very nearly squeaked home, or at least it's between frames, in which case third umpire is going to be pressing the not out button. Lyndon Hannibal reprieves Hashim Amla. 6 overs gone, 63 for 1.
HRX. Keep going.
ठीक से झुलाओ झुलाना बंद किया ना तो बहुत 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 मच्छर आके छोटू को काटेंगे बट अगर हमें काटेंगे उसका क्या
नहीं काटेंगे गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस भी अब बहुत 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 पावरफुल हो गया है
50% ज्यादा शक्तिशाली रिफिल बनाए गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस को बहुत 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 पावरफुल गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस
KP, the real one, has turned up and disappeared. He's been on West Indian duty as Kyron Pollard with Evan Lewis, and it's welcome to the T10, courtesy of another West Indian. Look at that. Dean Jones is all over this one.
That's just amazing hitting. Gee, he's in good form. It's good to watch, isn't he? And there's a few more for him as well, that looking for 2. But the key, I think, Danny, for all the major hitters right throughout this T10 this year, watch the balance, and they don't overhit. Here it is here. Good smash factor, and look at the balance. He doesn't overhit. It's a controlled swing. What would you say he's going at that? Would you say 85%? He's not going full throttle, I wouldn't think.
Say controlled, wasn't it? Just popped it, got down on one knee and just placed it beautifully. And the sticks these days, Well, you'd have given your left arm for that.
Or you could put a ring on it. They're magnificent, they are. Compared to the toothpicks that we used. And what's sad about it is that the autograph bats they have today were bigger than the bats that we use today.
Bob Old. Is that, again, that little cheeky change-up. So he's taken pace off, as he so often does, Kyron Pollard. Yeah, no surprises so far. He's still in as Johnson Charles. Total points, 146. Lewis has just turned up a course. Zahir Khan. Again, that little bit of extra bounce on a fresh surface. That's what I loved about here. We've waxed lyrical about it in the first 3 days before today, is that there is a bit of carry with a new fresh surface.
Just looking at the mannerisms there of Hashim, he's thinking a little bit too much here. He's just moved around the crease trying to upset Pollard, who's waiting for him to make his move. And I think just stay still and hit it. I think that's the key here, Hash. That's better. That's nice. That might go for 4. No, definitely 2.
Live. Oh, and he's mucking around again. Live. Hashim Amla. Oh, and he's mucking around again. Hashim Amla. Coming upstairs or not? No, upstairs. Happy with it? We've had 7. 74 for 1. We've had 7.
HRX. Keep going.
ठीक से झुलाओ। झुलाना बंद किया ना तो बहुत 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 मच्छर आके छोटू को काटेंगे। बट अगर हमें काटेंगे उसका क्या?
नहीं काटेंगे। गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस भी अब बहुत 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 पावरफुल हो गया है।
50% ज्यादा शक्तिशाली रिफिल बनाए गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस को बहुत 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 पावरफुल। गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस।
और 35 तक पहुंचा चुके हैं और अब इस टूर्नामेंट में इस सीजन इनके नाम शतक एक शतक नहीं बल्कि कुल इनका देखें सबसे किफायती चॉइस रहे हैं अतुल जॉनसन चार्ल्स।
बिल्कुल, और मुझे लगता है कि ऐसे खिलाड़ी की जरूरत है दूसरे छोर से, क्योंकि
Charles striking just over 200. He's brought up 3 figures in terms of runs in season 3 of T10. That's wonderful wrist work. Absolute star.
One, as in Charles, has got the brawn power. This is an artiste. Look at that. It just laid hands, cleared the... Watch his right foot, it drags around like a rudder. One bounce, I'll pick up a single. And that's the key. If you want to hit it over extra cover, you've got to drag that back foot around your front leg like a rudder to create and get all the pressure and your power through the ball at impact over cover. That's the key. So 3 overs to go. I still think they can get 110 here, Danny. That'll be a winning score, I reckon.
Up there, isn't it? It's been challenging. But anything over that 105... has asked questions. Is it out? Yeah, you hit it to buckets. Buckets Pollard ain't going to drop those. And they'll be pleased that he has turned up for Deccan.
Well, you've been watching play this game for 12, 13 years, haven't you, Danny? He just doesn't miss them. He probably took the catch of the IPL for me, that right-hander at deep cover. And here he could catch this in his right pocket. And his right pocket, he's such a good player. Anyway, Charles done a great job. They're a terrific knocker. Great strike rate of 194, 35 off 18. Tuskers, 80 for 2.
ठीक से झुलाओ झुलाना बंद किया ना तो बहुत 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 मच्छर आके छोटू को काटेंगे बट अगर हमें काटेंगे उसका क्या
नहीं काटेंगे। गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस भी अब बहुत 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 पावरफुल हो गया है।
50% ज्यादा शक्तिशाली रिफिल बनाए गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस को बहुत 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 पावरफुल। गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस।
Google. So coming round to Ross Whiteley, who's just got out there, manages to get the strike back to the skipper. So Whiteley, being left-handed, has come out to the centre, Dean Jones.
Yeah, I think for the left-hand, right-hand combination mainly to counteract Favad Ahmed, etc. Strike rate, not bad, 144, but seen a lot of it in this part of the world here, though. The big sixes, hopefully we'll see it today. Oh, hello. Hello. Nice little reverse from the King of South Africa. Amla, another boundary. End of the over, 85 for 2.
ठीक से झुलाओ झुलाना बंद किया ना तो बहुत 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 मच्छर आके छोटू को काटेंगे बट अगर हमें काटेंगे उसका क्या
नहीं काटेंगे। गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस भी अब बहुत 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 पावरफुल हो गया है।
50% ज्यादा शक्तिशाली रिफिल बनाए गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस को बहुत 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 पावरफुल। गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस।
HRX. Keep going.
Now the openers did all right, the West Indians. Johnson Charles 35, Evan Lewis, who's just turned up, 23 from 14. Skipper's on 25, and it's time for Miguel Victorious. And he's got into the leg side, and that'll race away off that big thigh pad of Ross Whiteley for another boundary, even if it is a leg by. They all add up.
What's the number we're looking at? 14, 15 boundaries. We're getting up there, and up to 12 now. Only 1-6, but I like the boundary. It's about boundaries, though. We love sixes, don't get me wrong, but let's have a look. I love this. Changes the hands. Who would have thought Hashim Amla playing all these trick shots? I think he's just having some fun. So Danny, minimum from this situation, 110. Minimum right now. 11 balls to go.
Yeah, I can subscribe to that. Particularly if Hash stays there. It's cheeky enough. Oh, he's been cheeky enough here. Ooh! That's up on the bank, and boom, it's come back. I think it's just about got our mid-wicket cameraman in the setup there.
It would have been out if it was one hand off the scaffolding there. It's one hand out. That's out at home with one hand. He got a good piece of this. Looking load up. Hits it good. That's come right out of the area where our cameraman is there and mid-wicket. Watch it hit them. Bang. Now, it's time for Shane Watson to come in and speak to the youngsters. Pretorius, what action from South Africa does he remind you? Pretorius, big, tall, quick. What about Morné Morkel?
Okay.
Yeah, not a bad player, Morné Morkel. I wouldn't have liked to have faced him.
Is he Surrey?
क्या हो गया मेरे?
Do you feel he's got a similar action to run up like him?
Look at that. Yeah, there we go. I was just wondering if Pollard could get around. Because the specialist, look, he goes from long on to long on there, Pollard. He covers a lot of turf. He couldn't reel this in.
Do you think the message from Watson was to bowl a change-up slow ball halfway in the pitch? And if that was the case, it probably wasn't slow enough and in grip. So Watson's come over to him again and said, look, sorry, mate, was the wrong call. Hit it well. Nice little flourish of boundaries coming.
I think you mean Albie Morkel, don't you? Or no? Look. Well, that's good heat. That's tasty.
Morning.
It's morning now.
I think they've got something to work with. I think he's a really good prospect here. Nice bouncer, bit of heat. Went, whoa, that nearly tested out. And that grill of that helmet. Now, when you miss one like that, Danny, because you did a lot throughout your career, but when you miss one out, just missing your face, you just got a slight little couple of negative thoughts going through your head now. So it'll be interesting to see how Whiteley comes back from that delivery.
Bit overrated hooking. Just to use the helmet myself. I but it. Boring.
You'd love to hook it. Now, what will Whiteley do? Will he give him another one? Or back it up with a Yorker? So the youngsters under a little bit of pressure. Oh, gee, this is part of the learning curve for them. When they're going through, the youngsters going through from 18, 19, 20, 21, learning to play in these leagues, what it's like to play in overseas, being able to cope, working with Australian captains, bowling to Englishmen. It's all part of the learning process for him. I think he is a prospect, though, this kid. I really do. I like the way he goes about it. I like the cut of his jib.
Shuffle on. Now, Shane Watson, this isn't easy. And he does make it look easy. I think about a little bit of that sun and then just getting himself into a good position. The Deccan skipper, he's pleased for his young bowler Pretorius.
I'd love to have a heart monitor on the fieldsman at times when the ball flies up and see the difference in it. Okay, so he didn't get it here, and that's going high. That's over the 70-foot mark at least. As it comes down, I bet you his heart rate would have got up to 140 then. Took it easy in the end. Well played, Ross Whiteley, 13 off 7. Nice cameo. Tuskers, 101 for 3.
ठीक से झुलाओ झुलाना बंद किया ना तो बहुत 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 मच्छर आके छोटू को काटेंगे बट अगर हमें काटेंगे उसका क्या
नहीं काटेंगे गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस भी अब बहुत 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 पावरफुल हो गया है
50% ज्यादा शक्तिशाली रिफिल बनाए गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस को बहुत 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 पावरफुल गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस
HRX. Keep going.
अरे चाय ठंडा ना होता
Oh, looking for the Yorker, loving this Sahur. Oh, looking for the hole, loving the fella from here. In the hole, loving the fella from here.
Tananga, one of the greats. Oh, Sri Lankan cricket. Good strike rate. One of the greats. 130. They're really cool. So he'll try and line it up and hit it to all parts. Tell you what, it's starting to come back a little bit from the World Cup, 50-50 World Cup. Danny, is the Yorker. I thought a lot of bowlers in the world couldn't bowl it there for a reason. But all of a sudden, the Yorker's starting to come back. And the batsmen weren't playing the little scoops there, were they? In England.
Fashionable things, Dino. They're all over. Fashionable things, Dino. They're all over. Delightful and delicate. Is master of that.
Do you reckon, Danny, that he was always going to hit it there, no matter what ball it was? He looked like he could read a book. He's loaded up. He's only thinking of one thing here. Before that ball was bowled, is to ramp it down to third man.
Both are up under, so you got third man fine leg up. And he's slightly too short and wide, just fractionally. Zohor from here, I think if he tried to, just maybe get that to grip a bit back, close down the angle, and be very straight, but he just missed his line there.
Now, 15 boundaries. Winning formulas now are starting to come up everywhere here for the Tuskers. Very well coached by Tom Moody. Very well coached by Tom Moody.
Brace.
What about the teamwork down there? Oh, Fields. Fielding coaches love that stuff. Running in pairs. There's Devcich getting it close. Just watch what he does. They're running in pairs, running towards each other. He yells out it's mine. Here it is. Throws it up. Picks it up and good throw as well. Good stuff. Good cricket. Picks it up and good throw as well.
Leisure.
Good cricket. Picks it up and good throw as well.
Leisure. Only half an over to go for the Tuskers. Only half an over to go for the Tuskers. That's where you've got to be a bit more often. Death overs in any form of the game.
And he's up to 178 strike rate, Amla. He's done really, really well. He hit 4 boundaries. He's done outstanding work. So there's lots of 15 boundaries in the name here, Tuskers. Can they get a couple more and get greedy? Can they get a sixer here somewhere? Come on, Ubotaranga, where are you looking to mow it? Mid-on, power corner, mid-on. Will Zohor go for the Yorker again? Will he think of lapping it or scooping it? Yorker again? Will he think of lapping it or scooping it?
He did. He wanted to go full. Bad. He wanted to go fuller than the Yorker, but still bad. For a pace, fuller than the Yorker, but still. Taranga, of course, has only just got out there. Pace. Not easy to try and smash this. Here, went seam up. Only just got out there. Pace. Not easy to try and smash. Result. Seam up. The Deccan. Last delivery of the Karnataka Tuskers. And Dino, wouldn't they dearly love to clear the fence here?
I'll be backing away a little bit, using the bowler's pace and trying to ramp it down to third man for 4.
Boot. It's going to smart a little, I reckon. Boot. Uputaranga. Yeah, well, I do get to that 110 that we've been mentioning. Could this be a winning score? Bang on 11s from their 10. Bang on 11s. I think I'll take that. The Tuskers at the toss, he said, look, you're going to give 110. We would have.
I reckon they're a 75% chance of winning this game with 110. They would have taken that before. If I gave you 110, I reckon they would have taken it, Danny. I really do. But you're always worried about this boy here, Pollard. But well played, actually. Gee, he's playing well. I'm enjoying his cricket here, T10. 32 off 18. 4 quality boundaries. And they are playing well and putting in these, well, competitive totals. Oh, look, Charles, great. This is the cameos. All good. Look at this. 35 off 18, nearly 200 strike rate. Lewis, 23 off 14, 170 strike rate. You've got Amla, 32 off 18. That's 180 strike rate. Wiley, again, getting close to 200. That's exactly what Mark Butcher and your good self, Danny, have been talking about. Try to get your strike rates up to 200 and set a competitive total of 110 for 3. Set a competitive total of 110 for 3.
Bowlers, only 3 successful. Zahir, Pretorius and forward Ahmed. Young Zoy, take that. That's pretty good. Only going for 8. Cutting and Pollard, 11 apiece. I think both camps pretty relatively happy in a way. Deccan, I feel, yeah. It's challenging, but we should be able to knock these off, provided Mr. Watson and someone like Devsic and Pollard could get going, and Shazard with his explosiveness can back themselves, I think. Gladiators. I think Karishma has got the special guest sideline. Karishma, please.
Have with me, Kevin. How are you enjoying the T10 format? I know you've just come in today. Don't look very tired.
Yeah, 3 days on the trot, playing cricket. But having said that, I know what I was getting myself into. So enjoy T10 cricket is something what us West Indians as well. We just come out and have a swing, and when you're bowling, you try to execute your skills and see what sort of catches and feeling you can do.
As an all-rounder, how different is it compared to T20?
Obviously shorter. Guys are coming at you even harder, because in 2020 cricket they come at you hard. So now guys not even taking sighters. So straight away, once you have that ball in your hand, you have to try to execute for your team. So again, it's all fun, because the batsman coming after you can get wickets, but then as a batter as well, being all rounder, I get the opportunity to do back to bowlers what they have done to me as well.
Happy with the ground, happy with the wicket?
Yeah, it is. It looked a pretty good ground. The wicket was pretty alright. 10 runs. We have to chase. Still 11 runs all over. So we still have to go there and give ourselves a chance. So let's see.
Great, thank you so much.
Big guy, Kyron Pollard with the shades on. Good to see him here in Abu Dhabi. They need Nelson. They need 111. Nelson at fractionally over 11s. We're going to take a break and come back. More action. We're going to take a break and come back. More action.
New range of Durex flavored condoms, bubblegum, wildberry, and vanilla popsicle.
Germany versus Northern Ireland, Wednesday, November 20th, 1:15 a.m. Live and exclusive on Sony 10-2. 1:15 Milan versus Lebanon, Saturday, November 23rd, live and exclusive on Sony 10-2. The Mazansi Super League is back. Get all the action, the centuries, the bouncers, the runs. Also catch the catches live. Mazansi Super League from 8th November to 16th December. Live and exclusive on Sony 6 and Sony ESPN. Live and exclusive on Sony 6 and Sony ESPN. Spain versus Romania, Tuesday, November 19th, 1:15 a.m. Live and exclusive on Sony 10-2. 1:15
तोड़ देंगे जो सामने आया निचोड़ देंगे कभी बैट्समैन करेगा लफड़ा कभी बॉलर लेगा पंगा पिच पर होगा टोटल दंगा बॉल उड़ेगा स्टंप्स उड़ेंगे और उड़ेंगे व्यूअर्स के होश एंटरटेनमेंट की है गारंटी फुल ऑन जब अबू धाबी में भिड़ेंगे क्रिकेट के सारे डॉन मराठा अरेबियन क्रिकेट के सारे डॉन
Abu Dhabi Season 3, the Elder Properties. Abu Dhabi Season 3, T10 Properties. This is match 10. So 110 for 3 having been asked to bat first by Shane Watson of the Deccan Gladiators. Bowlers, yeah, stuck to it, but a couple disappeared. Oh, he got one for 28. The bowlers there, Cutting and Polo going for 11. So 110 after 10. Some good highlights here, Dean Jones. Some nice striking from the West Indians early on.
Yeah, I think the key, no doubt, when you're looking to score 110, you need your opening pair to get 30 or 40 more, and that's exactly what these two did. They put on 42 in the opening partnership, 40 for the next, and a nice little 21 after that. So they didn't lose back-to-back wickets, and they can maintain the pressure on the bowlers. I thought Johnson Charles was outstanding, particularly early. I thought he really picked his areas where he could hit the ball. A destructive player. He's good on both sides of the pitch, and he's very, very strong downtown. A few bits of shoddy fielding that created boundaries a little bit after that. So that's something there that they must be mindful here, the Gladiators. But their first one straight away. There's the first one. Zahir picks up another wicket. He's getting lots of wickets in this tournament. But then again, little things like Hashim Amla comes in and plays the little, uses the bowler's pace so well, and then he can whip it on the leg side. He's an artiste. He doesn't use a lot of power, but what he does do, he hits it where the fieldsman ain't. Love that to me. For me, it's the shot of the match. That one there, inside out over extra cover. Very hard shot to play. Well, Pollard, he doesn't miss, does he? He really doesn't. And well played again to Johnson Charles. Really good stuff. And all of a sudden, reverse sweeps and all this type of stuff that we never thought we'd say from Hashim Amla's batting is starting to come through. Ross Whiteley, outstanding. Started to show a little bit of power for me. Started to actually loosen the arms up and get into this ball and started to play some very good shots. Shane Watson camped himself under this one. Looked a pretty easy catch. And Pretorius, who I think is getting better and better every time he plays. But I tell you what, Hashim Amla, he knows how to dissect an opposition, and he's done it for 20 odd years, and he'll continue to keep doing it until he retires.
Thanks, Dino. In terms of the Gladiators, Nelson to score 1-1-1. Can they do it? Time for Mrs. Jones and Butcher.
Thanks, Danny. Yeah, Watson and Shazad. There won't be too many quick singles, I don't think, between these two. They're not really built for speed. Watson's built for power. So that strike rate nearly up to 140. I think the key when you're chasing totals of 110, bring the power. You've got to try and beat 15 boundaries. That's what they've got to try and do. Mindful. And Shazad always likes to take Mark Butcher the first ball for whatever reason.
Yeah, sure does. It's been a little bit shy in terms of form. Shazad of late. They're going to need to get off to a flyer. Even if it means losing wickets at regular intervals, just keep the foot down. Tuskers have posted 110 plus in all 3 of their games so far. They batted first each time. 14 yesterday wasn't enough against the Bangla Tigers. 14 yesterday wasn't enough. They've been consistent in terms of scoring 11 runs per over their 3 games. If they got enough in the locker to defend 3 games. 111 this time round.
Tom Moody has decided to go into this match with 3 spinners. Spin's going to shut them down. No singles, they won't take them. And I like that theory on this ground.
Well, yeah, you've got to hit it right, haven't you? I've mentioned before, the pitch is right slap bang in the middle of this ground. Big boundaries all the way around. You've got to find the middle of the bat to hit the spinners. The lack of pace, over it for 6. Find the middle of the bat to hit Sakamara is inside for Nathan Remington. Sakamara is inside for medium pacer from Durham. And that change has been made because of what happened to him in the previous match. He was unable to bowl that sort of medium pace with change-ups on these decent surfaces. He got slammed, so they decided to go for spin. 700 first-class wickets. Push Pakamara. He played a handful of test matches, just 4 of those, and a couple of ODIs in his time. But we'll tell you something, Dino, his grooming is epic. Look at that.
Well, it is Movember.
Grooming is epic. Look at that. Oh, he thinks he's got him, and he has. Shane Watson turns tail and walks off the park. His first failure in the T10. And it's a hot start for the Tuskers.
Yeah, a really good wicket here for Pushpa Kumara. Look, it was a time where Shane Watson played the left arm orthodox so well, and I think over the last 3 or 4 years he struggled to them. He's somehow finding ways to getting out, and a little fine feather. Good catch too, it must be said to Shafiq. Skipper's got to go for a golden globe. It's 1 for 1. Skipper's got to go for a golden globe. It's 1 for 1.
नहीं काटेंगे। गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस भी अब बहुत 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 पावरफुल हो गया है। 50% ज्यादा शक्तिशाली रिफिल बनाए गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस को बहुत 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 पावरफुल। गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस।
Anton Devsic is the new batsman. New Zealander. Gladiators have had a day off in rest yesterday. Last time out against the Bangla Tigers in a successful run chase. He made 27 from 11 deliveries. So he's in decent touch. You're going to need that sort of strike rate, that sort of hitting, that sort of boundary access. They're going to chase this one down. That sort of boundary access. They're going to chase this one down. First boundary of the innings to Shahzad. First boundary of the innings to Shahzad.
Well, you've got to have the courage in this game. You just can't back off, even though you've lost a wicket early. Chasing a big total of 110, you've still got to back yourself to go after them, particularly using the power play to your advantage. But finally, they get a boundary. It's supposed to go where he wanted it
to. Dot ball like gold for the fielding side. 6 for 1 from 1.
छुलाना बंद किया ना तो बहुत 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 मच्छर आके छोटू को काटेंगे अगर हमें काटेंगे
नहीं काटेंगे गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस बहुत 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 पावरफुल हो गया है 50% ज्यादा शक्तिशाली रिफिल बनाए गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस को बहुत 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 पावरफुल गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस
Our work is so classified the vice president doesn't know we exist. Our work is so classified the vice president doesn't know we exist.
क्या हाल बहुत अच्छा रहा है इसको काटना जरूरी है मुन्नू उधर से घेर इधर से मैं घेरती हूँ काटना जरूरी है मुन्नू उधर से घेर उधर से निकाल
The big man, Shapur Zadran, into the attack. The big man, Shapur Zadran, into the attack. struggling yesterday a bit. The old knees. Zadran struggling yesterday a bit. 32 years of age now. I think a lot of problems with those weight-bearing joints. He had a nasty dose of the splits out there in the field yesterday, but he seems to have recovered nicely.
People don't know what it's like to have a bad knee until you have one yourself. Oh, gee, they're tough to come back with. It's his right knee's the major problem. And it's in his delivery stride, isn't it, Butch? Because when he comes down 14, 15 times his body weight's moving with his hip, his front knee, his ankle. Hard work being a quick. And I get the feeling he doesn't like bowling to Shazad. Now, there's a bit of a pecking order in seniority with the Afghan boys. And of course, Shazad's right up there. He's pretty well respected by a lot of them. But I thought he would have come in and just given one right around the ear roll. No, I'll give him an easy one outside off stump and let him hit it for 4 over extra cover. Easy one outside off stump and let him hit it for 4 over extra cover. Easy one outside off stump and let him hit it.
Well, let's see if he cranks this one up. Well, let's see if he can talisman for Afghanistan team. Shazad. He can come out and slam you to all parts if you're not on it. He can come out and slam you to all consecutive boundaries.
But I'll tell you what, there are lots of eyes watching this particular tournament because why? We've got PSL drafts coming up, we've got the IPL auction coming up. Very important tournament for a lot of reasons for players. Shapoor's trying to get himself into IPL and into a PSL. He's got to find a way of knocking over Shazad. Because we know he's just going to swing and swing hard. Because we know he's just going to swing and swing hard.
Yeah, the long, wide full toss and the half tracker haven't worked so far. Wide full toss, come up with something else. Worked so far. Come up with something else. Worked so far. Another half tracker, he's got him. Oh, he should have. Another half tracker, he's got him. Oh, he should have. Another half tracker, he's got him. Taranga. That's an absolute shocker. Shapoor should be spitting feathers here.
Well, if it was a cake, it'd be all over him. Well, if he's got a cake, it'd be all over him. Look, I think he's handled himself pretty well here because a lot of bowlers would have demonstrated here to Taranga. Why didn't you take that? But obviously, I don't know, maybe become a bit slower than he thought, maybe. I don't know, just a little bit of top spin on it. Slower than he thought, maybe.
Knocked him over. Oh, off your pop, on your way. Oh, boy. No love lost there. Teammates one day, sworn enemies the next. And I'm not sure you can put your hand on the opposition, Dino. Not one hand, he's got both of them on it.
Yeah, they're best of mates. They're okay. They died together, and it's okay for Pollard. The Bravo has it. Well, the fact that he's been poleaxed all over the ground, he's had one dropped, and he's walked up to me. He said, "Come on now, you owe me a biryani tonight. Go and get me. I'll have a nice and warm." Oh, good stuff. Ah, that's cool. The Dangerous Shazad goes for 13. The Gladiators in a bit of trouble. 15 for 3.
नहीं काटेंगे गुड नाइट पावर बहुत 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 पावरफुल हो गया है 50% ज्यादा शक्तिशाली रिफिल बनाए गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस को बहुत पावरफुल गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस
What do you need to turn up? Best shots? Sure. Don't know what you need to turn up.
Dan Lawrence of Essex. He's the new batsman, 15 from 8 in his own Essex appearance at the crease so far. It's the end of the second, 16 for 2. So far.
नहीं काटेंगे। गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस भी अब बहुत 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 पावरफुल हो गया है। 50% ज्यादा शक्तिशाली रिफिल बनाए गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस को बहुत 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 पावरफुल। गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस।
What do you need to turn up?
I am in game की जीत गया पूरी जलेबी खाओ।
What you need to turn around?
Tuskers with 2 early breakthroughs, 2 big ones as well. Son and Shazad both back in the hutch. Pat Brown now. Son and Shazad both back in the hutch. Pat Brown, he goes for 4 first delivery. He goes for a little bit of Bollywood tinsel with Ishika.
So excited to actually have my co-star here on the field, supporting Karnataka Tuskers, Arjun Rampal with us. So Arjun, are you enjoying the game?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's nice to come here in Abu Dhabi. It's a very, very close friend of mine's team. So he said he couldn't make it, so his family was here, and he said, you have to go, and I love cricket. So I was like, sure. And first time I'm experiencing T10 as a format. And to have cricket finishing in 90 minutes, I think that's incredible.
Yeah, that is. So you have any favorite cricket player that you're supporting?
There's Whiteley, who's on our team, who's a great batsman. He had some great sixes initially. As soon as I walked in, I got a bit late coming from the airport. And of course, there's Amla, Hashim Amla, who's a wonderful cricketer. And I met on my way there. I love meeting cricketers. I think they're great personalities, they're great sportsmen people, and they're wonderful on and off the field. So it's really wonderful to meet them. I met Moin Ali, and on my way down from the elevator, and for a minute I thought it was Hashim Amla, and I was like, why is he not on the field?
Right. So do the players are lucky enough to be chilling out with you after the game?
Yeah, I think they've planned something. I think we're gonna go. I get to go and meet them. I'm gonna get into their locker rooms and try to steal a bat from them.
And what's new happening in your life? Any new movie coming up? And I got to know that you just had a son.
Yeah, I have a little baby boy. So he's at home. He turned 4 months yesterday.
Any congratulations on that?
Thank you. And movies, yeah, I'm going to be shooting a film just now in London. I'm going to be leaving around about the 3rd of December. Then there's a film that we are doing together, okay, which is Anjan. So I'm looking forward to that. There's another film which I'll be doing in Feb once I come back from London.
So even I'm excited about Anjan. Doing a film with him is a great honor for me as well. So thank you so much, Arjun. Great to have you here. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Ishika. Arjun Rampal there. He's running Michael Holding close for the coolest deep voice around at the cricket. Deep voice. Ball there. I think it's okay. I think he might well have made contact and slid forward. It's too close to call. I wouldn't worry about that too much.
Well, the rule states, doesn't it? If might tell us a bit more, maybe. If there's any doubt, it goes to the bowler.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. I'll tell you who's not comfortable right now.
Why the fast bowlers can't get their foot behind, that beats me, really does. Why they learn that from under 12s and under 14s. Why do they get so close to their front line? Well, he's given us a knowing.
Oh, well, in the meantime, Anton Devchik. In the meantime, has been ministered to by the physio. He's done some sort of hamstring. It's flat on the floor with physio and masseur working away at his hamstring. Wasn't comfortable at all out there. I think he was quite happy for the break that was afforded to him by the looking at the checking of that no ball. Free hit time. Oh, and it's been slammed. This is a really tough start, a bad start for Pat Brown. Gone for 11 already in the over and has still got 3 balls to go.
Well, you've been a big rap on Lawrence, and I'll love to see how he goes about it. Sets up well. Oh, good. He's powerful through there, isn't he? Really is. That's a terrific shot. Right in the slot, though. That's not a great defensive ball when you bowl a no ball. That's just slots, Phil. I wonder if Devcic's got a sore back that's caused the hammies, or vice versa. Not moving that well, I agree.
Got him. 6 and out for Lawrence. Pat Brown has given Dan Lawrence a send-off. There's a bit of that knocking around in this contest. Things are spicing up a bit in the T10 as these teams get to know each other a bit better. Englishman sends off Englishman, and Pat Brown has the last word.
Yeah, it's bizarre because both of them are born in England. So there it is there.
Oh, leave it.
Well, he's gone out now. He's knocked him over here. Good catch. And then Lillard said, on your bike. He said, what? I know where the dressing rooms are. I'll just come from there. So Pat Brown says goodbye. Now, something's going on here. I think the 2 umpires are actually saying they're checking for the front foot rule again. That's the only reason why. So he was walking off the ground here, Lawrence. Just checking the front foot again. So maybe there was 3 outside the circle.
I don't know, mate. I don't know what is going on now.
3 outside the circle, I think it'll be. So you're only allowed 2 fieldsmen outside the circle in the power play.
There's a lot of chat going on out there. Hashim Amla came over. You hardly ever see him animated, but he's waving his arms around. Dan Lawrence, well, the upshot of it all is that Dan Lawrence has got to go for 11. But there was a bit of bad blood knocking around out there for a second. Started off with Shapur Zadran shoving Shahzad off the field.
छुलाना बंद किया ना तो बहुत 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 मच्छर आके छोटू को काटेंगे बट अगर हमें काटेंगे उसका क्या
नहीं काटेंगे गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस भी अब बहुत 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 पावरफुल हो गया है
50% ज्यादा शक्तिशाली रिफिल बनाए गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस को बहुत 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 पावरफुल गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस
What do you need to turn up? A vest and shorts? Sure. But know what you need to turn it up?
Karen Pollard at the non-striker's end. You'll join Anton Devcic, who's going to try and run off this tight hamstring. Bad news for the Gladiators, they've lost 3 early wickets in the power play. The good news is that Karen Pollard has a large chunk of the innings to bat.
493 games of T20 cricket. We haven't talked about some of the T10 stuff as well. Gee, that's a lot of cricket. Gee, that's a lot. Last wicket there looked to go over the top and just to be disappointed. I think he was trying to hit that over mid-on. Just a little bit open play. It's caused it to hit right down the throat of deep mid-off. A little bit open play. It's caused it to hit right down the throat of deep mid-off.
Yeah, Ross Whiteley clinging on down there. Yeah, Ross Whiteley. On your bike, son. Down there. On your bike, son. Polly is away first ball. Well, that's the end of an action-packed power play. 29 for 3. That's the end of
ठीक से चलाओ चलाना बंद किया ना तो बहुत 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 मच्छर आके छोटू को काटेंगे बट अगर हमें काटेंगे उसका क्या
नहीं काटेंगे गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस भी अब बहुत 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 पावरफुल हो गया है 50% ज्यादा शक्तिशाली रिफिल बनाए गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस को बहुत 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 पावरफुल गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस
King has done what he should not. He has married from another house, commoner at that.
Sandeep Lanachani into the attack. 2 for 9 in Tuskers' last appearance. They lost to Bengal Tigers in that one, but he very nearly swung the game back in favour of the team in electric blue. Great time for him to come on because they'll be hoping that he can bamboozle Karan Pollard before he gets in. 3 down for the Gladiators. Well, Polly didn't pick it, and he's not the first person not to have picked Lamachani in this competition.
This could be a little game changer situation here to really nail the Gladiators. Big KP out. Suddenly have maybe the Gladiators 4 for 40 would be simply outstanding. 4 for 40 would be simply outstanding.
No, he picked that one. Only took him one sighter before he knew what was coming. Here are the 3 wickets to 4. Shane Watson, a little feather behind. Rolling the push back to Mara. Then Shapur Zadran knocked over fellow Afghan and gave him a helping hand on the way back to the dugout. Dan Lawrence picked out Ross Whiteley. An all-English affair off the bowling of Pat Brown.
It's a little fiery, doesn't he? It's almost like an Italian football star losing it. Italian football star.
Got the look of Paolo Maldini about him, hasn't he, with those long flowing locks. And then Pat Brown, who I've never seen give any facial expression whatsoever, is sending off Essex's Dan Lawrence. It's all happening out there. Devcich is just lying on the floor being massaged. I think he's got the right idea.
So he doesn't like going to the gym too much. I'll just go to the spa instead. Out in the middle.
And after her own heart.
Out in the middle.
And after her own heart. Lamachani just tossing that one up, inviting something big from Karan Pollard. Such is the position the Gladiators find themselves in. He's not going to take too many risks just yet. He's just climbing up towards 12.5. One ball left of the 4th. Devcich is probably going to be thinking about a maximum. Lamachani wouldn't surprise me at all if it's not a googly, judging by how carefully he's placing the 2 fields behind square on the offside. Yep, it's a goog. And it went exactly to one of those 2 men behind point on the offside. He's good, this fella. 34 for 3 from 4. He's good, this fella. 34 for 3 from 4.
नहीं काटेंगे गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस भी अब बहुत 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 पावरफुल हो गया है 50% ज्यादा शक्तिशाली रिफिल बनाए गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस को बहुत 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 पावरफुल गुड नाइट पावर एक्टिव प्लस
What do you need to turn up? A drop in tracks? Sure, but know what you need to turn it up.
Tigers sit at the top of Group A in the order properties Abu Dhabi T10. Tigers sit at the top of Group A in the order properties Abu Dhabi T10. Mohamed Raza is the new bowler. Mohamed Raza is the new bowler. Left arm spin. Arm spin on the UAE. Was very eloquent in his pitchside interview earlier on. Skipper of the United Arab Emirates side. Lovely bit of pepper in that beard of his as well. Big fan of that, Dan. Lovely bit of pepper in that beard.
Pepper in your steak tonight.
Straight up in the air. Devcic hasn't got it. Straight up in the air. He's put it down. He's put it down. If you're going to miss hit them to the extent that they land in between the fielders. Roller, land in between. Scrambled seam, but that ball had no revs on it whatsoever. It just escaped. Mohamed Raza. Just escaped.
Got himself a mischief there. Land like that so often in the field, you land and actually crunch on the top of the ball. Most unpleasant. Devcic is happy though, take 1 and B. KP. Devcic is happy though, take 1 and B. KP. Devcic is happy though, take 1 and B.
He's dealing in singles at the moment, the Gladiators. Rate is climbing.